there are two types of modes any human is in at any given time. It's either exploit or explore mode. Just to explain how it is, just imagine you have a bee and you have a flower. The bee needs the nectar from the flower to make honey. So it finds a flower and it gets the nectar, it consumes it or whatever. And at a certain point, it will have the thought in its head, should it continue to exploit the rest of the nectar until it's empty on that flower, or should it go explore something else and like see if there's more nectar out there? And that's pretty much what us humans like. The first option, like the first mindset or the first mode, which is the exploit mode, is what I've at least noticed that a lot of people are in most of the time. It's the type of default, I would, default brain, the kind of default primal brain that we tend to go to the most as a default, just as a default, because in reality, our brain is ancient and our environment is modern. Our brain has literally not changed structurally in 200,000 years, which says a lot because in just the last 5 years, the world has changed drastically and when it comes to AI and stuff like that. So I just think just understanding that there are these two types of modes that you can be in at any certain time, it just gives you so much authority and like just gives you so much agency about your own life. Just under because, as I said, another example is that if just a little tiny piece of sugar just hits your tongue, your brain will default into that exploit mode as like just like this. And the reason for that is because 200,000 years ago, uh, sugar was scarce resource, and sugar is a really high concentrated source of energy, which means that it will give you a lot of energy at a very short amount of time. So we like that type of energy, including fats and salts, because it was scarce. And when we have those things, and because our brain hasn't changed for 200,000 years, we will then try to exploit that as much as possible. We'll be into exploit mode as much as possible. But the thing that hurts then is that because we are in this new environment and or a newer environment in this modern world, we don't have those scarce. Like we can just go, drive to the store and get a piece of chocolate or something. Like it's not a scarce resource anymore. So kind of, I think the takeaway here is to just understand that there are these two types of modes you can be in at any certain time, and trying whenever possible, trying to observe yourself when you're in a situation like, I don't know, if you like eating sugar or something. I've personally cut it out because of those reasons. It just puts me into this like scarcity mindset. Um, you can try to observe yourself like from the outside, like from the third person perspective, and be like, okay, which modes am I in right now? And in most cases, the exploit mode is not really the mode that you probably want to be in at that moment, if you just really think about it from a rational point of view, or at least a couple of moments later when you eventually you know feel bad about that piece of chocolate you just ate. So yeah, that's what I had to say. I just think it has just helped me quite a lot to just think that get out of my head a little bit, just look at it from another point of view, and trying to think more rationally and understand that my brain has a default way to deal with stuff, and that's not always the right way to deal with stuff in this modern world that we live in.